Okay, and welcome back. Doing another spray paint test. This time it is a very different kind of spray paint. This is graffiti paint. This is by Molotow, the same company that makes the chrome pens. And primarily they make graffiti paint. They make a lot of graffiti paint. And this is just one of the types that they make. And I got a can just to kind of test it because, it being meant for spraying onto the side of buildings or railroad cars or whatever, we don't really know what kind of finish it has on it. It's supposed to be a really high pigment, so a high hiding, like if you wanted to spray yellow over black, it'd be a nice bright yellow that wouldn't have a lot of bleed through, I imagine. But we don't know exactly what kind of finish. We don't know if it's flat or if it's satin or if it's gloss. And I wanted to know if it's going to be a good paint to use for hobbies and crafts or not. Something important when you're ordering this stuff, and you get this stuff from right here, Bombing Science, and they have a number of different types of cans. This particular one being the Belton, and I got that because I think it was the one that said it had the highest pigments, and we'll see. But important to note, when you're ordering, the cans don't come with caps. So you order a selection of caps so that you always have a bunch of caps ready to go. Because if you don't, your can, there's no cap under there. So you won't be able to spray. I guess you could take it off of a old can of Rust-Oleum or something and it would probably still work. But we're going to do the basic spoon test here today. And the reason why I have 3 spoons all being sprayed yellow is for future tests for clear coats, and ironically one of them probably going to be future. If this ends up being a semi-gloss or a flat or just not very shiny, we'll see what we can do with clear coats. Basically that's it. This is of course this type here. And here's just an idea. If this works out good, and it's a really good high-hiding paint, the choices are endless. These are all colors here. It's just tremendous. And so I'm really hoping that it does work out good. And I know. Stop talking, start spraying. Okay, we'll do. Okay, and so here is the result. It's about 3 coats applied the normal way. First kind of a mist coat and then a medium coat. And then kind of a heavy coat. I was going on really heavy the last coat to try to get it to gloss up, if it was going to gloss up. And it never did, so it's not a gloss paint. It is certainly not a flat paint. We would call this satin or semi-gloss. Oh, the sun's coming out. Getting a good look at that. I like it. It's a good paint, that's for sure. Not exactly precisely what the cap is showing. That's more of a satin there. And if you apply it thick and wet, it becomes a kind of a semi-gloss. And it does spray thick. It's a thick paint. It looks the worst there on the knife. I put the knife up there just to see the detail. See if it's going to fill in detail when I noticed that it was spraying thick. Didn't quite fill it in, but you can judge for yourself there. Comparison to another knife that I put up there and didn't paint. But I would compare it to the Rust-Oleum 2X paint and primer. It's very similar to that. And I would say it was just a touch thicker than the 2X Rust-Oleum. Which in my opinion makes it too thick really to be using on model cars and stuff. So it is not the best craft paint. I'm sure it's a great graffiti paint. By the way, the color there, let me come around here. The color there is not showing up properly because it's reflecting off this gray garbage can. Pick this up. There we go. Here's a better look at it. But anyway, I'd say it's a good paint. And so now what I've got is a bunch of test spoons where I can start testing some clear coats. I can see if it will polish out with just a regular paint polish, and we'll see if future top coat or a lacquer spray is going to have any kind of reaction to it or whatever. So that'll be coming up in the future, but for now, that is just the look at how this stuff sprays. Neat stuff. Pretty good. All right, thanks for watching.